spent all this money on this fake hair, and you still look like a clown.
Wow, I can't believe people really think like that. Now, you know, there's something powerful about a wig. People love to talk, but they don't understand sometimes that a wig is the only thing that gives a woman enough confidence to walk out the door. For me, it's not about pretending to be someone I'm not. It's about remembering who I am, even when life tried to make me forget. When I went through my traction alopecia for the first time, I lost more than just hair. I lost pieces of my identity. I'd look in the mirror and barely recognize the woman staring back. But then I found wigs, and suddenly I could look in that same mirror and see possibility again. A wig can restore what pain tried to steal. It can turn shame into style and insecurity into art and silence into self-expression. It's not just hair, it's healing in human form. So some days I wear my wig like armor, and other days it's my crown. Because let's be real, being a black woman in this world takes strength, and sometimes that strength looks like a 20-inch body wave and a middle part that says I'm still standing. Wigs let us reinvent ourselves. They let us play, express, and heal. And if switching up my style helps me feel like me again, then I'll do it with pride every single time.
They enhance your natural hair. But weaves, no. If your hair is short, your hair is short. Grow your hair. Or find a nice style that works. Because a man does not want to reach in your hair during snuggly time and have to worry about snatching out tracks. We're like, damn, you want us to be real. You want the authentic us. See, a man wants to be able to see an authentic you. And hiding your hair is like lying to a man. It's like makeup. Makeup in a lot of ways is lying. Because I know what people can do with makeup today. Some of the stuff these folks can do with makeup, I've seen some straight up sorcery on with makeup.
All right. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 24, and it reads, "And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And instead of a girdle, of rent. And instead of well set hair, baldness. And instead of a stomachache, a girdle of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty." First and foremost, before I get started with this lesson, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach. Next, double honors to the apostles, the elders, and bishops of the great millstone that rule well and have taught me this truth. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect, the tabernacle of King David. And it's your brother Debar Kabash, just coming back at you with a real quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, and just wanted to do something real quick, man, because I actually had a few videos lined up this morning, but the spirit pretty much guided me to this here, man. Right, because early this morning, right, I actually was dropping someone off, and I seen a woman, and she had a really low haircut, and it looked good, She didn't have, it wasn't edged up or anything, but she had, a short haircut, man. I was like, damn. For some reason, Jake, I kind of always been attracted, right, to women, with shorter hair. But, I wanted to touch this topic here about this weave, man, right? These weaves and these tracks and these wigs and all of that, and I played this video here, in the beginning, showing this woman here, pretty much with a blonde weave, telling you that, she pretty much gets her confidence, right, and wearing these wigs, man. right? And you know what? It goes back to the curses, man. You got a lot of women out there that's bald headed as hell. You see that their head look like me, man. You see? So just wanted to do a lesson here, man, to let you women know out there, man. This wig shit, wearing these wigs and tracks and weaves and all of that, man. It's dead, man. Right? And when all hell break loose out there, because again, it is Bible prophecy. When all hell break loose out there, you women, you guys are gonna beg for your makeup, and your umbrellas and your, whatever and all that. And if you notice in this video, she was talking about weaves the whole time, right? And she putting on makeup, man, right? Witchcraft. You see that sorcery, man, right? And what the scriptures talk about, right? Women, man, right? And a witch. Scriptures tell you that I suffer not a witch to live. So you women out there, with this bald head, or pretty much got bald head, man. You heard what Kevin Samuel said. Find something that's gonna that's suitable for you, man. Because you women out there wearing these damn weaves and all of that, it's trash. And I forgot what brother posted the article, right, about these women, that get these weaves from overseas, man. And a lot of these women, right, that they cut their hair off. A lot of them got lice. A lot of them are dead. And you're taking and putting all that crap on your head. Show me another animal in the kingdom, right, in the animal kingdom, right, that takes another animal's hair and put it on their head. So our people are through. You can look at the nation, right, and look at their women and tell if they're destroyed. And our people are destroyed. You see that? They are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. All right, they're just completely gone, man. They're out of here, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that scripture again, right? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 24, and it reads, "And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink." You see that? It didn't say it may come to pass, right? It said that it's going to come to pass. And Salakia for the dog barking in the background, my neighbors and everything. But yeah, man. All right, a lot of women out there, you guys stink, man. And you women know it. You know it. Men can, and you men out there, you can testify, these women, they stink for the most part, man. Continuing on. "And instead of a girdle or rent, and instead of well-set hair, baldness." You see that? And I want to touch this point right here, man. Right? A lot of women out there, they're bald as hell. You see, I be seeing women out there getting these stupid ass lace front wigs and all of that, right? And their ends are gone. Ends are completely through. It seems like every time I ride down the street, I see a damn piece of a wig or a piece of a track or something like that, and I feel bad for you brothers, and you feel, I feel bad for you brothers out there, man. You dealing with women that wear the wigs and weaves and all of that, man. Our women are through. This is why we need the kingdom. See that? And she talk about some, she pretty much get her confidence and all that because she put a wig on. That's all right, because a lot of men are waking up to this crap, man. You women are very fake. You hollering about you want a real man, but your hair ain't even real. Let's go ahead and grab some more scriptures here. All right. And since I brought that, brought the scripture out, about not brought the scripture, but how the fact she had on a blonde wig, man. Back then in the ancient world, you were considered unclean if you had yellow hair. But Jake doesn't know anything. See that? Let's read that. Leviticus chapter 13, and we'll start at verse 29 in NLT, and it reads, if anyone, either a man or a woman, has a sore on their head or chin, right, which means your beard, the priest must examine it. He will find, Shlaki, if he finds it is more than skin deep and has fine yellow hair on it, the priest must pronounce the person ceremonially unclean. It is a scabby sore of the head or chin. You see that? So back in the ancient world, if you were found out, right, to have yellow hair in your head, you were unclean. But yet here our people are putting on blonde wigs, makeup, trying to be like pretty much like the Edomite woman. Trying to be like the Edomite woman. Now you might find, a Jake woman, And she might actually have, brown hair, or whatever. But nah, man, for the most part, these women out here, they're not growing, brown hair. Their hair is naturally black. You see, I see women out there with pink hair, blue hair, orange hair, red hair, all of that, man. Newsflash, ladies, men don't like wigs. And the Lord's going to take all that shit away. Let's keep going here. Leviticus chapter 13, right? And I'm going to read verse 31 in the NLT, and it reads, if the priest examines the scab, this is like the scabby sore, and finds that it is only skin deep, but there is no black hair on it, he must quarantine the person for 7 days. You see, this is what happened back then, man. You were cast out for 7 days. That's why our people are unclean, man. Because they want to be like the heathen and put on wigs and shit. Anyway, that was pretty much the point. It's a good read here. But just want to prove that, or just bring this out, man. I find my confidence when I go outside and I put on a wig. And you heard what Kevin Samuel said. Let me see here. See if I can find that real quick. Salakia.
Real? You want to authentic us? See, a man wants to be able to see an authentic you. And hiding your hair is like lying to a man. It's like makeup.
Pretty much. Hair, this hair and makeup, man, can't really see who you really are. I've seen a lot of women out there, right, that's built up like me. You see that behind makeup, man. All right? I'm talking about got a hair, yeah, man. No hair, man. So you sisters out there, man, this again, this is why we need the kingdom.
Makeup in a lot of ways is lying. Because I know what people can do with makeup today. Some of the stuff these folks can do with makeup, I've seen some straight up sorcery on with makeup.
Yeah, he ain't lying. Let me grab another scripture here. All right, since he said makeup. All right, you women out there, you guys better wake the hell up. You see? Yeah, all hell breaking loose. You got planes and shit crashing out of the sky, right? But no, we want to do tutorials on makeup and hair. People still losing food stamps and shit. I woke up this morning and I guess we're still under the government shutdown. We still shut down out here, the longest shutdown in U.S. history, but we still want to buy hair. Jeremiah 4:30, and it reads, and when thou art spoiled, you see that? What will thou do? You see a lot of women out there, you guys are ready to be spoiled. I did a video on this not too long ago. See that? And Shalakia, it seemed like I keep doing video about women. And that's the spirit. The Lord ready to bring heavy judgment on you women out there. Continuing on. Though thou clothest thyself with crimson, you see that? And when you look up that word crimson, right? Matter of fact, let's look it up real quick. Let's just define it. Right?
Crimson.
Crimson. It says of a rich, deep red color inclining to purple. You see that? So when you got women out there buying, all this lavish clothes. I see women out there with we call it damn thing cheetah print clothes. Cheetah print clothes and all of that.
You spend all this money on this fake hair.
Cheetah print clothes and nice dresses and your Louis Vuittons and your Birkin bags, Anyway, let's keep going here. Go back to that scripture. All right. And it reads, though thou deckest thyself with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thyself, right, with thy, though thou rentest thy face with paintings. You see, that's what this woman here is doing. All right. Face paint. Is this not what's happening, man? All right, she put on a bunch of face paintings, trying to attract a man. And she about in her late 40s, early 50s. Riding the cop carousel. But you know what? All right, the carousel, a lot of you women out there, the carousel is going to ride you. Let's keep going here. Though thou rentest thyself with face with paintings, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee, they will seek thy life. You see that? So you're doing all this here in vain, lady. You women out there, right? Walking around the earth with makeup, just fake up. Cake the hell up, too, man. You're doing it in vain. Right? And a lot of men out there, yeah, you heard what the scriptures say. Let's grab another one here. I'm ready to shut it down. All right, this is the book of Sirach, also known as the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 9. I pray this lesson here will be edifying to someone, man. It says, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. You see that? So you can tell, you can pretty much tell how a woman is just based off how she looks. And you women out there, you ain't, and most importantly, you women out there, you guys need men. You 40, 50, 60 years old, still trying to hunt for a man. And you done been ran through. You got more miles on you, right, than U.S. Airways. Anyway, continuing on. Verse 10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Or it's like overmuch liberty. You see that? And you women out there, you guys are daughters. Guys are like big kids. That's how I look at a woman, man. They just want to be heard and comforted and, talked to and, that's it. But scriptures talk about the daughters of Zion. A lot of women out there got overmuch liberty, man. Continuing on, verse 11. Watch over an impudent eye and marvel not if she trespass against thee. Why? Because these women, scripture talk about how your wife will be as a harlot in the street, man. Verse 12, she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he have found a fountain. You see that? And drink of every water near her. By every head she will sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. You see that? I don't have to talk about that, man. But, you women out there, man, you guys are known by your haughty looks. Trying to be cute. My confidence is in my wig. The scriptures say, matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. Your confidence should be in the Lord. Right? And I didn't have that one lined up. Confidence in the Lord. See that? I got confidence. I got confidence because I got my wig on. All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 26. In the fear of the Lord is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge. You see that? So your confidence should be in the Lord. You see? But a lot of people out there, they don't fear the Lord. You see? They fear how other people look at them. See that? So they got to put on weaves and makeup and all kind of, sprays and the cheap ass spray, man. Brothers know what I'm talking about. Let's read another one here. I'm not going to keep this lesson long. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11. I'm going to start at the top. And it reads, be ye followers of me, even as I am also of Hamashiach Yahushai. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I delivered them unto you. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is the Most High Yahweh. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. But here's the point. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered, dishonoreth her head. You see that? And this is why, scripture talk about how, you women out there, you guys need to have your hair covered anyway. But no, we want to cover our head up with a nasty ass wig. You see? And and you women out there, just because you wearing a head wrap don't mean you righteous. It's a lot of, I met some wicked women, right, with head wraps on. Continuing on. For that is even all one, as if she were shaven. You see that? For if a woman be not covered, let her also be shorn, right, which means to cut. But if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. You see that? And a lot of you women out there, you guys don't want to cover up. Scriptures talk about modest apparel and all of that, man. So, going back to the point, you women out there, man, get together, walking around the earth with this nasty ass weaves and wigs on, man. Men don't want to smell that or see that. I get tired of seeing it. I see some women looking through, and they got a nerve to have a wig on. You women out there, man, you guys got to realize that, if you are well put together, Me personally, I don't give a shit about how your hair is. Now of course, you want your hair to look nice. Your natural hair. But it's just you women out there, be smart, man, when it comes to this hair. So much I want to say, but I'm gonna keep it short. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 15. But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering. You see that? So, yeah, man. You women out there, you guys are supposed to have long hair, but it goes back to the curses. And I'm gonna say something else too about this damn hair, man. You men out there, right? If you got long hair, you might want to cut it. If you men with long hair, you might want to cut it, man. You see that? Just read the scripture to you. So, like I say, man, just something real quick. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Read this. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9. In like manner also that the women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety. Not with broided hair or gold or pearls or costly array. You see that? And you women out there, gold and pearls and your necklaces and your and your little earrings and your piercings in your nose and all of that. The Lord grade snatch all that away. The Lord's grade to snatch the teats away. Let me go ahead and close out with that one. And I'm done. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 9. It reads, Rise up, ye women that are at ease. You see that? What does that mean? Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ears unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. You see that? For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. You see that? You women out there that's so used to getting shit, right? Going on Facebook and Amazon and wherever the hell you go. All this great come to an end, man. All right, you still going down here to these Chinese places getting hair. Bugged out. Isaiah 32 and 11. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Stir you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats. You see that? And when you go into hair, that's a teat, man. The goodies. You see? For the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vines. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars. Ye, upon all the houses of joy and the joyness, it's like in the joyous city. You see that? So, you women out there, you guys get ready to, suffer, man, in a big way. So, like I say, just wanted to touch this lesson here. Just something real quick through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Men tired of this damn hair shit, man. Alright, and you ain't cute and you ain't built up like that. You see that? You talking about hair and putting on a bunch of makeup. Wet and wild. You better get it together. And that go for you sisters out there, man. If you ain't got long hair, just, keep it nice, moisturize, whatever, man. But we tired of this wigs and weaves and shit, man. The Lord grace snatch all that away. All right, you know how women, got on a weave and a wig and somebody will come up and snatch it away and the woman, oh my God, try to cover her head up with her hand. This was coming down the pipeline, man. The Lord's grace to snatch, right, the comfort away from you women. You see? So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video right here, Israel. Until next time I say, Shalom.
Ability again. A wig can restore what pain tried to steal. It can turn shame into style and insecurity into art.
They enhance your natural hair. But weaves, no. If your hair is short, your hair is short. Grow your hair. Or find a nice style that works. Because a man does not want to reach in your hair during snuggly time and have to worry about snatching out tracks. You need to be able to go live an active life, sis. Running, hiking, swimming, getting in the pool. And as far as wigs, what the French toast is wrong with you ladies today? Some of you ladies are some lazy people. I have seen more out of shape women with these hair hat helmets. It looks like a freaking helmet on your head. I'm sitting there looking at you. I'm like, do you not see what I see? Your hair is like this. You put it on like a helmet. You got your forehead out here, and I'm looking for your scalp. And all I know is under there is the truth. And I guarantee you that under there, you don't take care of it.